Hello. I'm back. How's it going? Oh, dear. All right. Let's do some of these side quests. There's some spider webs. Get whatever that was. All right. I need one more hot pepper. Or the insidious weaver, which is going to be a Narcilla. Torrid tyrant. Zamtrio? Oh no, that's a... Oh, it's an Angelin. I thought Torrid was going to be about... Trios. Okay, so... Oh, I see. Yeah, the quest name. Probably look at... Oh, I need to kill a Baroth. Ah, see, this one's called Moving a Mountain. But these actually have Narcilla and Anjanath in the title. Alright. Oh, we've got another side quest over there. Alright, what do I need to upgrade these last few things? This has already been upgraded. Still wearing Naga Cougar armor, I think. Yeah. Anjanath armor is good. Barosta. Oh, I should have enough to upgrade this fully. As long as the third rank doesn't require anything else. Okay, it's going to be worse if I can't fully upgrade it. What's the Rathian armor? Rathian armor goes up to 88. Get health boost as well. TJ, hello.
Thank you.
How you doing? Alright, I don't want to speak to that guy. I want to speak to this person.
Hey
What do you need? I spent my youth combing the world for lost pirate treasure. Find the pirates.
Fantastic!
The clues I found. I boarded my beloved boat sailing away from my homeland. On the beach, I left the location of my treasure. The only clue I've got, not like it says there's a beach, where the beach is or anything. Well, I know where a beach is. Sailor's Beach. There we go. You doing okay? Excellent. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I had to take a longer break earlier.
What is it?
Yeah, I had to take a 2.5 hour break earlier, which was not great. Could have done without that, but whatever. It ended up not really being too bad. Oh, that's got to be
What
it.
is it?
Yeah. In a beautiful place where water forever pours from up high is where I left my treasure to silently lie. Pours from up high. A waterfall. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright. Waterfall. Waterfall in this area? Nope. Oh, there's a waterfall. The waterfalls. Oh. Alright, we'll stealth up. Oh, I've got ivy climb now, actually. I should go back to the old Everdens. Alright, so the waterfall is over here. Wait, where was the waterfall? Oh no, there was a waterfall over here. Don't see any treasure though. Huh, maybe I was wrong. Yeah, maybe there's a better waterfall somewhere. Explored, explored, explored. We can go grab this chest over here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, dear. How are you feeling after your surgery? Does it still hurt to laugh? Buying. Alright, so there's a den over here. I might actually be able to get the stuff inside the dens in the first area as well. They get a little bear. That's good. Glad to hear it. Oh my god, chest is all... Luckily, I can stealth. Could just be able to straight shot to the treasure like this. Oh god. Oh boy. Okay. Alright. Nearly got caught out there, that wouldn't have been good. Alright. Ivy climb. Let's go. Bottle caps. Hey, there we go. Okay, let's go check the cape. Oh, we could probably go back to the village as well and see if we got any more side quests. Okay, so explored Everden. I can't even get into that Everden. That one I haven't done yet. That one's been... Okay, so the only one I can do is that one. It's actually going to be quicker to go from the village. Anyone got anything for me? Nope. Oh, those guys don't actually run if you're stealthed. I think I need swim and ivy climb. I have all of the bottle caps, but there's another chest in here that I saw. Ooh. Hanged beast stew. Alright. Go back to the forest because I need to take out some... Oh, actually, I need to get hot pepper. I need to find red flowers. Oh, there's a rare monster den. Is that a Baroth? That is a Baroth. I need to kill that thing. Alright. Let's fucking go! Oh. Oh, yeah. God, that was the thing. JL, hello. How you doing? Alright, let's see if we can actually get some weaknesses. Oh, it's not just going to be weak to my sword, is it? Oh, it's mudding. Oh, I can't remember if it... I think it becomes a power type now. And when it gets angry, it becomes a technical type. Oh no, other way around. Oh, look how much stronger Aratha is than Azuros, despite them being the same level. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Nice. It's still covered in mud. Kind of sucks that I couldn't ride. Must have been a 99, surely. Hello. This is going to sound really dumb, right? Oh, Expedition Pay return. Nice. This is going to sound really dumb, but while I was gone, I tried to refund the Steam version of this game, and I was just going to go back to the Switch version. As I was like, yes, I should just have bought the PC version from the beginning. Yes, it was dumb of me to play the Switch version and then buy the Steam version and play the Steam version instead. So I was just gonna switch back, try and get a refund on Steam. Yeah, they were not having any of it this time. They were like, nah. Way over. Way over the 2 hours. Alright, I know it's a technical type, so... I'm gonna just bring Azuros in for a bit. Yeah... Not only did I make a mistake buying the Steam version, I also made the mistake of buying it directly through Steam instead of buying the Fanatical version, because I could have saved myself a tenner. So yeah, it's not been a good week for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Together.
Only power. Okay, I think it's a speed type now. Could be wrong.
Stay on your toes.
Yeah, I think I had one too many late refund attempts or something. Although, that being said, maybe it was just a case of it was just a case of it being too long. Like the 2 hours is the what they usually say. I had 16 hours. I guess that's the cutoff. Like sometimes they give you a little bit of leeway. Like I've refunded a game with 6 hours on it before. But yeah, I guess I guess 16 was a bit. Despite the fact that I gave quite valid reasons for the refund. Not all of them might have been true, but oh, he's about to get powered down here. Yeah. Oh, why are you going for a power attack again? Oh, thank God. I put him to sleep. Alright. Ooh, okay. Right, he's already getting mega potions, so that doesn't matter. Now he's gonna get angry. Shit, does he become a technical type or a power type? Power type, okay. Good, good, good. Wait, I have a question. Does Nintendo allow a refund? Maybe I could refund the Switch version. I don't know what Nintendo's like refund policy is, even if they even have one. And the catcher, I think, is a tech. Oh no, it's a speed type. These guys are the technical.
Stay on your toes.
Hey, she actually did something useful.
That's it.
So it's a speed type before. Okay, now it's a technical type. Alright, let's get rid of that tail.
You're doing well. Believe in yourself.
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't look like they offer any. Ah, okay. All right. Nintendo doesn't have any sort of refund policy. So. Shame that. Shame. I guess I'm just stuck. Alright. My own fault. I was being a dumbass. Oh, actually, I think I saw Barroths walking around in the frozen area. I should go back to the frozen area. I don't know. Glacial peaks, wherever. Doesn't really matter where I go. Or does it? I don't even remember what I'm looking for. So I've done the Balroth, I got the hot pepper. Find sky halved by water. Torrent on a mountain. Okay, so that's actually the only other one I need to do. I just need to do this one. Apparently the waterfall is in this area somewhere. Oh, hello, rare den. Yeah, it's not going to be in any of the dens. It could very easily be in one of the, like, side areas. Okay, so we got a Barroth and a Jade Barroth. Let's go for a Nock Barroth.
We'll handle it together.
Okay, we can just stick with the sword. Technically. Oh, God. Got to do it again. Stop being frozen solid, god damn it. Oh, it's mudding up. Is this power type? Nope. Makes it a technical type. When it's angry, it becomes a power type. Alright, not great. Man, I'm really bad at getting higher ranks on that fight. Oh. Oh, that is an Anjanath. It's a speed type. So why are you using a power attack? And it's frozen. Okay, now it becomes a technical type. No, power type. I'm a power type? No, we're just not going to let it condense me. Fine. Oh, never mind. It's going to do it anyway. It does become a power type.
Working together makes you stronger.
No, it's actually a pretty good egg I've got. A Baroth egg, though. What was that other egg I could have got? The first one. Oh, Lagombi. Ah. Oh, 2 attacks and a defense. I don't actually know if that's a good egg, the Nursilla. 107.96, 127. You have Sleep Chaser, Anti-Venom, Sleep Needle, and oh. Anti-Shock, Blast, Blight Proof, Sleep Needle, Seal Breaker. Last Stand. Wait, how have you not learned? Have you not learned Fireball? You're level 15. Hey, I need a gray. Is this Onslaught? This is an all-out medium. Rock Shield, Blightproof, Inferno Gas. Maybe I want to get a crit thing. Synchronize. Increases double attack damage. That's not bad. Ah, critical eye. That one doesn't have critical eye. This one hasn't upgraded critical eye. Ah, oh, we can upgrade it again. Alright, let's give it this upgraded critical eye. I honestly kind of want to get rid of sharpened blades. Yeah, screw it. And what we can do is we can grab this. We can upgrade this again. Let's get... I might actually give it this dragon boost. Or maybe I put the rainbow in. What is this? Marginally boosts non-elemental attack. Well, it's not a dragon. Yeah, we're just going to put this in so that we can have two genes on the go. Mental attack boost S, health boost M. Upgrade that for funsies. Drowsy Fang, War Roar, Sleep Needle, I kind of like the Kuluyaku. Odorize. Poison Tail. Yeah, I think these both have Rock Shield. Okay, so this Baroth has another medium attack gem. A medium health one, rather. This Puke. Venom Blaster. Oh, this is the one I'm using, isn't it? I don't think I can use Ranma. Yeah, I mean... There's a high chance of critical hit. Grab that. Oh, maybe I could have put another dragon in. Yeah, maybe I could have put another dragon gem in. Like this vicious medium. And I could upgrade it with another vicious medium. But you have a critical eye? Good. Alright. Let's just try one more. You have 3 locked and 1 empty. You have 2 locked and 1 empty. Yeah, this one might actually be better. Anti-venom, last stand, sleep. Sleep, last stand. Yeah, fuck it. Stick with the Narcilla that I've got. Alright, find sky halved by water. Alright, that's fighting the Narcilla. That's fighting an Angina. This one's fighting the Solemn Mountain. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're fine to carry on with the story for a bit. Alright, Chief. What do you got for me? Hey, Chief, we got your merchant sorted out. Splendid. I can't thank you enough. So on to the next task. Wait, what? There's more? I want you to gather materials from a Toby Kadachi found in the Laloska Rocky Canyon. Static electricity from its fur could power our windmills. If only we could catch the slippery. At least we can track down the monster and collect its fur. Wonderful. I truly can't thank you enough, my friends. Please take this as a token of gratitude. Mega potion recipe. Nice. Potion and honey. Get these up to nice even numbers. Oh, I do have pop. Wait, where did I get all this? No, I don't have pop. I have one hop pill. No, can't make any more of that hot mist. Okay, there's gotta be... a thing around here. Forest. Color Highland. Oh, I can get that chest there. Oh, I could probably get all of these chests now. Hello. Alright, looks like having Ivy Climb was like the last thing I needed. And there's a rare monster den up here. Oh. Game's spoiling me. The most straightforward monster den there's been. What is that? Lagombi. It is in fact a Lagombi. That is a Lagombi egg. That is not a Lagombi egg. That is an Anjanath egg. Right, Lagombi's got to be a speed type, I reckon. Ah, I knew it. Now it's going to be a power type, I reckon. Oh, my genius. Ugh. Thank you. And it's Rose. Harvey, hello. How you doing? Aros.
You're doing well. Believe in yourself.
Hello. What's been going on with you, Aros, eh? What you been getting up to? I feel like I see you less and less these days. It's hard for me to keep up with the daily goings on. Usually whenever I ask, you always say, just haven't been in the mood for games and I've been watching a shitload of D&D. Nice, nice. I managed to get my brother to start playing Final Fantasy XIV. I saw a thing earlier that Nem linked. And something else that I saw last night as well. Apparently, Square is currently sold out of digital copies of Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not quite sure how you sell out of a digital product, but apparently that's a thing. Haven't played a renewed in like 2 months. Yeah, mine ran out today. I was 1 penny short of my my subscription being renewed. Server space. Yeah, that might be it actually, because I know that a lot of the issues are currently that people can't make characters, so I guess they're not letting people, like new people, buy the game because they wouldn't be able to make an account anyway. So you said that you've been playing some games recently. What have you been playing?
You did it!
Ooh, 2 of the 10 pointers. Damn. Massive surge of people started due to Ko and Asmongold playing it. True. But the funny thing is, do you know what the worst thing? Like, I like Asmongold, right? The problem is, the people that like Asmongold, other than me, obviously, are the kinds of people that will comment on something saying that Asmongold is the reason Final Fantasy XIV is so successful. And that Asmongold single-handedly revitalized Final Fantasy XIV into popularity. Those are the kinds of people I can't stand. Okay, so this leads to the mine. This over here leads to a chest. Except it doesn't lead to a chest. Oh, there's another rare den over there. I've been playing Octopath Traveler, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and a few more here and there. Not bad, not bad. Solid choices, I assume. You know nothing about him or his community. Well, his community could probably be described as toxic. It's not a spider. It's definitely not a spider, alright? It's only got 4 legs. It's not a spider. No. It's only got 4 legs. Not a spider. By definition. Not a spider. I think this is a speed type. Yep. 2 compared to 1. It's good. I like it. Fast improvement. I mean, I like it so much I bought it twice. But yeah, there are some aspects of the game that they kind of dumbed down a little bit, which I'm not really... I don't know, not that I'm not too happy about it, but it's just kind of frustrating that they've implemented some changes. Like, they actually removed some quality of life changes, like being able to change which monster was your lead monster. Like at the moment I've got a Naga Kuga, right? And you used to just be able to press R on the 3DS to bring up a menu that you could like change your lead monster with. But now you actually have to go into the pause menu, go to lead monster, change your lead monster. It's not that bad, but it's kind of annoying. They did make an improvement on that system, though, in the options menu, where if you walk up to something and you can use a field action on it, like ivy climb or swimming or something like that, you can automatically switch to that monster in order to use that ride action, which is pretty good. They've completely changed Hunting Horn. So in the first game, for example, if you had like a hunting horn, and you looked at the abilities of it, for example, yeah, so like here, metal overture, healing, soothing sounds, absolute evasion, that kind of stuff. In order to use those abilities, you had to attack with the right combination. So for instance, if I wanted to use healing, I needed to do 2 speed attacks or a speed attack and a power attack, that kind of thing. In this game, they're literally just activated skills. You don't have to do any of that attacking with different attack types stuff at all, which I kind of wish that they had left in. They've added 2 new weapons. They've added the gun lance and a bow, which is not bad. What else? I can't actually remember if it was a thing or not, but every monster now has weaknesses and resistances to certain types of weapons. So you can actually equip 3 weapons at once. And there are 3 weapon types. There's slashing weapons, blunt weapons, and piercing weapons. The bow and the gun lance are piercing weapons. The hunting horn and the hammer are blunt weapons. And the great sword and the sword and shield are slashing weapons. And each monster and each monster part has different weaknesses and resistances to certain types of weapons. I can't remember if that was in the first game or not, but I kind of like it. Yeah, I don't actually know what's different, but I don't know. I like the game. Graphically, it's obviously a much bigger improvement over a 3DS game. The Switch version runs like ass compared to the PC version. The PC version is just the better version. I should know. I'm currently playing both versions of the game. Annoyingly. Oh, critical S. Critical kinship. Critical hits fill up the kinship gauge faster. Ooh. Boosts ice attack, negates frostbite, deals light ice damage. Cold resist, snow launcher, ice boost. Oh no, I've already got crit. What else did I get? I just got a new Zamdrios as well. Ice Spear, Freezing Gas, Anti-Venom. Partner. Makes kinship gauge feel faster at 50% or less. Speaking of Switch being shitty, how did you like the OLED news? Honestly, the OLED news means absolutely nothing to me. Like, just let me buy the dock separately so that I can put an Ethernet port into it. But yeah, I've literally never removed my Switch from the dock. So it means absolutely zero to me. It's so dumb. But you can buy the dock separate. Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of debatable whether the screen is actually better or not, because yes, the screen is... I think Nem was talking about this when they announced it. The screen is brighter. It's visually more appealing, but it has a real issue with color burn or something, I think it's called, where it will just, yeah, do that whole thing. Oh my god, there's joke weapons. Oh, that's not a joke weapon. Alright, what about the armor? Ludroth U armor. Pumpkin armor. Ooh, grey sword focus. And hammer focus. This armor actually seems pretty good. What does that do? Boosts water defense by a good amount. Increases damage done to enemies with abnormal statuses by a good amount. Boosts abilities when you lose a heart. Not bad, actually. Water defense, weak to fire. Oh, you had to do a soft format of your Switch because it stopped loading apps? Oh. I'm not sure if the color burn is a big issue. It's just something that Nem mentioned about OLED screens specifically. But yeah, I don't really know too much about them. Ah, I need to remember to bring a Baroth with me. Alright, let's get rid of Brathian for now. We'll bring up Baroth. Or a Basarios, I don't think it really matters. See, I actually liked the Vita. I thought the Vita was good. Like, considering how early it was, graphically, the game was really nice. And having a touchscreen and everything, just... yeah, I don't know. I thought it was really good, and I agree with you. Definitely deserved more. I mean, I think they tried, but there was obviously more they could do. Although a lot of the time, the things that they released on the Vita was just purely like side games. Like side games or spin-offs and stuff like that. They never actually like committed to it, I think. Never down there. We've got a chest there, which I definitely can't get. Or grass. They just didn't advertise it in America. And a lot of the good games for it didn't get localized. I mean, they released... I think the biggest game they released for it, honestly, was Persona 4 Golden. And that's kind of sad in a way. Because, like, that's a very niche game to kind of try and sell a handheld, I guess. Okay, so that's a blue chest. I don't really need to worry about that. Damn. I don't have a jumper right now, so... Never heard of the beat until you found out about Persona 4 Golden. Trying to explain to people that it won't have cartridges. It was all download stuff in 2011. Even the PSN were in its infancy in terms of downloading games. Was around, but still seen as classics. Oh, I see. They fucked up with the memory card. See, I feel like just using regular memory cards would have been fine. I don't know why they didn't. Also, Luck, I'm glad to hear that your PC worries may soon be over. I'm pretty sure that was one of the things that was mentioned when you were talking about the issues that you were having with your PC. If I remember rightly. But yeah, at least it's an easy fix. Power supplies are pretty cheap. True. But after it got fixed, that's when you started having the current issue. And that's when we said, oh, it's probably just a power supply thing. And it was. So whoever said that, super smart. It was probably Nem. But yeah, I feel like going back to the Vita thing with the memory cards and everything. They had the same issue with the PSP. Like, the PSP was all right, but it was also kind of bad. And I think the reason for that, it was the UMDs that they decided to make.
That's it.
And I think Sony has this real issue where they want to try and be... See, Sony tries to do what Nintendo does, right? Nintendo does this like really unique thing, but they do it really well. And Sony is just like, okay, we also have to do something unique in order to stand out, but they do it really badly. That's a good thing I kept the bear. Yeah, Sony are in this really weird situation where the thing is with Sony, like, they could literally just stick to doing what they're doing. Like, just do some normal stuff. Let Nintendo be the like weird innovators, I guess. And as long as Sony just sticks to putting out like the most powerful console and the best like exclusives, then people will still buy them. You know, it's like nobody is expecting Sony to like reinvent the wheel or whatever. Leave that to Nintendo. They need to stop trying to be the next big thing and just realize that, you know, what they already have works. Like, just look at the PS1 and the PS2 and hell, even the PS3. Like, they didn't try to do anything drastic. They didn't do anything ridiculous with it. And they did fairly well. Same with the PS4. Their handhelds are just not good, though. Okay, explored Everden. So we have another Everden over there, and that Everden uses the Baroth. To be fair, I really don't like the PlayStation controllers. Like, the PS4 controller is probably still the most comfortable controller I've used. I really don't like the stick layout for it. Yeah, for me, it's just between Xbox and like all of the controllers that are around at the moment, right? So the Switch Pro controller, the Xbox One controller, the PS4 controller. Pretty happy with all of them, to be honest. I've still not held a PS5 controller in my hands. I honestly, I couldn't tell you whether I would like it or not. Kind of in two minds about that whole thing. you have to play Intergrade on the PS5, don't you? Isn't it a PS5 exclusive thing? Which I still don't understand. Right? Like, they knew before they released it that there was a PS5 shortage. What the hell? After the 360, you found the Xbox controllers to be a bit bulky. See, I kind of like that because I have massive hands, so I'm kind of okay with it. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, it's going to be frozen again. Yeah, just keep healing.
Together.
You also use, you also wish Nintendo used proper triggers instead of just buttons for the Pro Controller. No, I don't know. I kind of like the, what is it, ZL and ZR buttons? I don't like them. In fact, I probably like them a little bit more than triggers. I'll tell you what I do wish. I wish I could own a controller that didn't randomly, like, drift. That would be nice. If somebody could just make a decent analog stick. Yeah, there's a word for that. I can't remember what it is. Tactile? Is it tactile triggers, maybe? Thrash sword. The thrash sword good? Catcher Watcher sword. No, that's probably not good. GameCube had something like that, like you could press it, but it wasn't a full press until it clicked, like Mary's Sunshine. Analog triggers? Maybe? Like the triggers had a bit of give. How's the shape GameCube? Did I like the GameCube controller? I don't know if I liked the GameCube controller or not. I can't remember.
Stay on your toes. You're doing well. Believe in yourself.
I think I probably did at the time because every controller before that was not that great. Oh, I went the wrong way. Fury Bash small. Okay. I don't know, I use the D-pad. Like, I use the D-pad for fighting games. So if the D-pad isn't good, then... ugh. That's an issue. I don't like the PS3 controller one bit. I don't like it at all. I think the PS3 controller is one of the worst controllers. Just in general. I don't like it at all. It just felt so flimsy. And the analog sticks for it were awful. Oh yeah, the triggers were real bad as well. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Same with the analog stick as well. That is a red Kezu. I need that for something. I need that to upgrade a weapon or armor or something. I can't remember which. Okay, what are you? You are a technical type. Nice. Yeah, I have a PS3 lying around somewhere. Funny thing is, I don't think I played that many. Wait, it just used a blue attack, right? Yeah. Oh, it's using Thunder Breath. Not today. Nice. Bayonetta, which was crappy on the PS3. Bioshock, which was crappy on the PS3. God of War, which is awesome. Still never played any of the original God of Wars. I've literally only played the PS4 God of War game. Alright, so we got the Kezu egg. We got all of the chests. Get the fuck out of here. You know, it's funny. I don't have a GameCube anymore, but I do have the Game Boy. Was it called the Game Boy player or the game? Yeah, I think it was the Game Boy player. I still have that. You know, that little attachment that goes into the bottom of the GameCube that lets you play Game Boy Advance games. I have that in a drawer somewhere for some reason. Don't actually have a GameCube at the moment. Although maybe I shouldn't be admitting that just in case I play a GameCube game on the stream. Okay, so this is a Jade Barrel egg, pretty sure. This is a baggy egg, maybe? Yeah. And this is a red Kezu egg. Ew. Ew. Ew, it's awful. Ew. Why do you exist? Welcome. No clad. Got Lagombi parts. An ice weapon. The Lagomberator. Oh, it's better than the Anjanath sword by 1 attack point. Hey, Lagombi armor. Pretty good. Ugh, the Kezu armor. Wait, are there no Kezu weapons in this game? Oh my god, there's no Kezu weapons in this game. Alright, upgrade. Okay, that needs Tobi Kadachi stuff. This needs Barroth. That needs Barroth.
Thank you.
Maybe I have enough bottle caps to buy a good piece of armor. Maybe a good weapon. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. Not really using bows. Got a nice gun lance here. 48 attack. Oh, wow. Okay. So the corn popper. And this does 66. And this does 67.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, I might get myself the gun lance. I guess I could get myself some armor as well. Well, I'd only be able to get myself either the armor or a weapon. This is a water weapon. I don't want. I might just go for a non-elemental weapon and go for this Ravager blade. Yeah, maybe I get the corn popper. The Ravager blade. You wish you still had your PS1 so you could play Digimon Rumble Arena.
Welcome.
Nice. They were making PS2 games until like 2010s. When people compare in 64 and PS1, you can see the PS1 is a much better quantity and the games have aged better. When the classics on the 64 are good, they're some of the best games ever made. Used to have an N64, you only used to play Pokemon Snap. Lost while your dad was moving. Oh man. You could print stickers of your photos? What? Ooh, I need Barioth material. Okay. That's 75, that's 79. Okay, yeah, this sword is better now. Okay, what about the corn popper? Oh, it needs red Kezu material. Ah, no, I'm 4 short. Fair enough. Is it still better? It's 58 at the moment. Oh, it is actually better. There's a little bit less defense. And it doesn't sleep. It does do a bit more attack. That's fine. Oh. Oh, I do actually have enough. Oh yeah, there we go. Upgrade to the Anjanath armor.
Thank you.
Yeah, I came out of that pretty well. We got ourselves a new sword. Okay, the Ravager blade. Haven't got ourselves a new hunting horn yet. We get ourselves a corn popper. A little bit less defense, no sleep, but fine. Look at this thing. Alright. And we got ourselves some new armor. P646. Pretty good. with Vicious and Fire Boost. There we go. I look badass now. You play Pokemon Snap on the Wii's VC. The pictures look like total ass. You know, I always liked the idea of Pokemon Snap, but I just didn't have an N64 when I was a kid. So all of those N64 games just like completely passed me by. Oh, there's a red Kezu right there. Oh, there's a Nagakuga right there as well. I wonder if I could do this in 5 turns now. Let's try it. Let's see if I can do this in 5 turns. I should be able to. Alright, Kuluyaku. Okay. Okay, this thing needs to go down in 1, basically. Ah. Oh. I'm so close. I'm so close to being able to do that in 5 turns. Okay, the fact that I can get Kezu material from these fights means that I should fight that red Kezu fight. This one. Doesn't really matter about the requirements, I just need to get the red Kezu stuff. You hate that SMT5 is on the Switch because it means you're less likely to finish it? This one's a speed type. Bring out the Zamtrios. I think it's mad now when it becomes a... Oh, I want to say technical type. But I might as well go for a power attack. Okay, Lagombi is a speed type. Still haven't finished Nocturne Remaster. Hmm. Shit, does it become a power type now? Yes. Man, why does my controller just randomly disconnect every now and again? So weird. Can't remember what this thing is, so I'm just gonna... go into the next thing. I don't know. It's not a power type. I think it's a technical type. I was correct. Now it's a speed type. Ride him. Hey, I managed to get the silver.
You're doing well. Believe in yourself.
Yeah, I managed to get some solid Kezu materials from that.
Welcome.
Can't remember what I needed the Kezu materials for. Ah. That's what it was. Oh, so in order to upgrade this, I need more Baroth materials. I need like 4 points of Baroth stuff. Alright, so Barioth here
Thank you.
and Baroth on the other side. Any Baroth fights in? No. Shame. Alright, we'll get rid of you. We'll bring back in a jumper. Go back over here. Oh, God. Where has my phone gone? There it is. Alright, I need to go back into there. And I need to go there, so I need to go to the woodland checkpoint. I think I'm actually making solid progress in this game. Now that I'm not playing two versions at the same time. Next time I ever consider buying a Switch version of a game when there's a PC version available, can you guys just, like, smack me in the face or something? Wait, that thing's already better? Oh, it doesn't have healing. I mean, that's still pretty good. Get all the greens. Yeah, if there's a Switch version and a PC version, smack me in the face if I ever try to buy the Switch version over the PC version.
Welcome.
Daimyo. Plesioth. I feel like I recognize Plesioth. Was Daimyo in... That was in World, right? I don't remember.
Thank you.
I don't know if violence solves everything. In fact, violence probably solves very little. But it's all about making a statement. The next big area is coming out in Genshin. Am I going to dip back into it? Honestly, I like Genshin. I think it's a good game. I think it's really well made. I saw the trailer for the new update that's coming out. The new area looks incredible. It is not healthy for me. It is not healthy for my wallet to keep playing that game. Unlike Sky, I have the self-control to not play that game. You know what Sky said to me the other day? She said it in chat. She said that she cannot quit Genshin Impact because she spent so much money on the game now that she's too invested to quit. which I think is a really dumb way of looking at it. But then I guess the thing is, like, if she didn't have Genshin, what would she do? Play better games? Yeah, but she doesn't really play games. She just lets the games play themselves. Like, just look at Tales of Vesperia as an example. She set the control method to CPU only and set it to, like, the very easy difficulty and then just let the AI do all of the fights for her. Nutrient. After a while, you feel like you will lose your money. You get the feeling that sometimes you have to break the cycle. Uh-oh. Ouch. Anti-shock. Hello, Sky. How you doing? Oh, God, am I going to have to go back out and get jump? I'm going to have to get rid of the Rathian. I'm gonna have to get rid of the Rathian until I can get a better monster with jump. What else has jump? I have a lot of monsters with ground dive now. Well, this has dash and rock breaker. I don't have a single other monster with ground dive. With jump, rather. I definitely just went the wrong way. Yeah, we were talking about Genshin because Aros was asking me if I was gonna jump back into Genshin after the new the new patch comes out, and I said no, because as much as I like the game, I like the characters, I like the world, I like the gameplay and all of that. That game is not healthy for me or my wallet, and unlike you, I know how to quit. I know when enough is enough. All of that for one bottle cap. You're going to jump back into it for a bit? That's fair. I mean, for the most part, people are free to do what they want. I just worry about Sky's finances, that's all. The thing is, even in the grand scheme of things, I don't think even Sky could be considered a whale. Right? She doesn't spend that much on the game. Like, it might seem like a lot to us, but I guess I bet the company, whatever they're called, I bet they don't consider Sky to be a whale. Oh, come on. Come on, TJ. Don't say things like that. All right? I've got a reputation to maintain. People aren't allowed to know that I actually care. Ooh, bottle caps. Oh, God. Three bottle caps. Wait, you can't use the crying emote? Wait, which one's the crying emote? Oh, that one. Wait, how do I even have the crying emote set up? What is the crying emote for? What do you have to do for that? I don't even know what my own emotes are. Emotes. Crying emote is 1,000 bits. $18 people can use that. A whole 18 people have given me 1,000 bits. 3 people can use the sleep emote, and 2 people can use the what emote. The what. So yeah, all you need to do is give me 1,000 bits and you can use the crying emote. There you go. Sorted. Easy. Where is this chest? There it is. Actually, I feel like you might have already given me bits at some point. So you might not even need to give me 1,000. Oh, you've never given me bits? I could have sworn you had. But guess I was wrong. The thing is, I feel like if you... Oh! I feel like if you had given me bits, it would have been 400. Oh, we are going to get the attack off. Yeah, I mean, it kind of plays a little bit like that.
You're getting stronger.
Yeah, I can definitely see why it would remind you of that for sure. It's like a less serious version of the main game. Like the Final Fantasy games are kind of serious. Same with the Monster Hunter games. But yeah, the like this is a spin-off the same as World of Final Fantasy is, and it kind of takes itself a little bit less seriously. Which I think is fine. Excuse me, what?
Thanks to you, we can search a much wider area. What would we have done without you, Avinia?
Probably died in the freezing cold.
I haven't always been this way. In the past, I'd have just left you to fend for yourselves.
No way! Why would you say something like that?
Well, after leaving the village, I only wanted to be with Frostfang. I didn't want to deal with anyone else. At that time, riders weren't exactly welcome in hunters' towns.
Things sure have changed, huh?
Frostfang and I stayed on the move, avoiding other humans. Until one day, I met someone who changed my mind.
It was me.
Oh?
Someone kinder than anyone else I'd known. Always upbeat, no matter what. Humans are heartless. Why would I go out of my way to help another person?
Don't say that. My town was also ruined by the Black Blight, but everyone's giving it their all to rebuild the place. Helping each other out. Isn't that what things are all about, chum?
Chum.
You know, maybe you're right. Perhaps I should go back and do my part in repairing the village. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have returned to Kuon. And I'm glad I did. Now I know if we work hand in hand, we can really make a difference. For Ratha's sake, let's work together to find Oldede.
I think in the main story, I got as far as... I think there was a scene in a cave with... Albedo? I think his name is... I think I got that far. Oh, I might be able to get a Toby Kadachi egg from here. I would love that. Love a Toby Kadachi. What does a Toby Kadachi egg look like? That's a Nursilla. Kadachi. Okay. That's a Nursilla. That's an Angina. Oh. That's a Barrow. Angina. Barrow. Run, run, run! Run, run, run! Damn, didn't get anything good. I can't remember. I can't remember what rank I am. What rank did you guys say I was? 37? 37 or something? Yeah, I think you're actually further than me. Even though I did more of the main story than you, I think you're a higher rank than me. 35? Nah, that doesn't sound right. Araka. Ray, hello. And George. Hello to you too. How are you guys doing? Anyone here pre-ordered video games from Play Asia?
Look, there are tracks here.
No, not personally, but I know people that have.
But why here?
Apparently it's good.
Look, up there!
Alright, this thing's gotta be a speed type. Of course. Of course it's a speed type. Not quite a toxicity. Alright, so now it's angry. Alright, so it was a speed type before. Now that it's angry, do we think it's a technical type or a power type? It doesn't strike me as a power. I'm gonna say that it's a technical type. Hey. Easy. Look at that. So good at this game. Oh, it's going to use its big attack. Alright, I can use the kinship skill on this electric charge. Oh, so it's just going to do it again the next turn. That's not fair. Oh, Zamtrius is probably going to die here. I need something that's not weak to electric. So not Zamtrius, not Nagakuga, not Ratha. I need something with high defense. This thing. Oh, it's a... Oh. I guess that one. I'm pretty sure it's back to being a... Oh, the electricity makes it a thunder type. Oh, a power type, rather. I see. Kodachi Windman. NK, hello. Ooh. Oh. That actually wasn't that bad. Okay, it's back to being a speed type. That's good. So the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is coming end of July. Could I stream it? I've actually never played an Ace Attorney game. I mean, I could add it to the list, but I probably won't play it as it comes out or anything. How is this thing still alive? What's after Stories 2? I am going to be jumping back into Final Fantasy XIV. Until a little bit past... Until like the midpoint of August. At which point I'm going to be playing Persona 4 Golden. Ooh, nice XP. Oh. 1, 2, 3. 4. I got a 3. I got a 1. I got some 3s. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be jumping back into some Final Fantasy 14.
Working together brings out the
Then I'll do
true
Persona 4
kinship.
Golden. I'll probably
By the way, the cool guy who changed your outlook,
then be
what's he
doing like
is he more Claudacious
bits and
than me?
pieces here and there
You think he's a cool
around
guy, huh?
Tales of Arise and Lost Judgment.
That's a given, no?
Well, Naviru, he's actually...
Whoa! I just realized I'm totally starving. Let's head back, report in, and grab a bite.
Yeah, Tales of Arise comes out I want to say September 9th. Right. Yeah, September 9th for Tales of Arise. And then Lost Judgment comes out on the 21st. What about traveling a bit and enjoying summer? Games are only entertaining to a degree. I mean, yes, that is very true. Games are only entertaining to a degree, but do you know what's not entertaining to any degree? Going outside. So, I'm kind of fine with how things are at the moment. Okay, so we've got a rock breaker here. Also, I honestly have no idea when I'm going to be playing Witcher 3. If or when. Witcher 3 is one of those games that's just always seemed like really daunting to play just because of how long it is, or how long a game like that would take me specifically. Yeah, Witcher 3 has always been one of those games that I've been like scared to play because I feel like it would just take just forever. What is that over there? Also, Ipseros. Alright, I should have enough bottle caps now. Run away. Ooh. Oh god. Oh my god, that thing is quick. Oh shh. I tried to turn around. Oh, I did. I did turn around. As opposed to FF14, which is a short game. Yeah, shut up, man. Alright. It would take a long time, but trust me when I say the journey will be amazing and unforgettable. It would just turn into Gwent constantly. That's true. Ah, it's a power type. Nice. Well, that's the good thing about playing an MMO. Right? Like, an MMO ends when I say it ends.
We'll handle it together.
Like, that's the good thing about an MMO. I can just stop playing. Wait, so not only do you want me to play The Witcher, but you also want me to play 1 and 2 as well?
You're doing well. Believe in yourself.
Why would I not start with the third one? Like, I've tried to play Witcher 1. That game is borderline unplayable. Witcher 2, maybe I could see myself playing. I had it on 360, and I tried playing it, and I just couldn't get into it. Yeah, I think I might have to do some sort of story summary. Thorum, hello. How you doing? You're not going to enjoy 3 because 1 is outdated and 2 is for crazy people, and 3's biggest payoff is the summation of stories from the first 2. Oh. Oh, it's one of those games. I see. Can I change my field yet? Alright, get out of here. coming back to sleep. Alright. Well, have fun. I don't need to equip it straight away. Items. No, I'm just going to keep hold of the rest of my bottle caps.
Welcome.
Welcome. We get any Toby Kadachi weapons? Question. Doesn't look like it. That's a shame. Oh, wait, no. We get a Toby Kadachi bow. That might actually not be too bad. Zombie armor. Wait, there's no Toby. Oh, there is Toby Kadachi armor. Just for a heads up, the DLC for The Witcher 3 takes 30 hours. That just tells you how epic the game is. Jesus. You don't technically need the first two. 3 is excellent as a standalone game, but the first two bring it from a 9 to a 10. Okay. You don't need to play the first two. There are a few choices you have to make at the start of the game. You can use online guides or just wing and still understand who the characters are and what the story is. So I remember... I don't know anything about The Witcher 1. I've played that game for maybe 10 minutes. Realized that it didn't have controller support. Decided not to play it with mouse and keyboard. Just didn't even play it. Witcher 2... I played when it first came out. And I got as far as... leaving the first area. So there's the prologue that you do where that guy gets killed. I think the king gets killed. Maybe Foltest? Folstat? I can't remember his name. He gets killed by that big beefy giant guy. And then there's a section where you're in a town and you can decide whether to side with the elves or the blue stripes, I think they're called. And then that's as far as I got. White stripes. You think it's criminal not to start a trilogy by the third game? You're better off not touching it. Starting at the series isn't practical or doable, depends on the series. You're a purist. If I'm going to invest myself into something, I just do it all the way. I mean... yeah, like, that's usually how I do it, too. Like, I will typically play all of the games in a series, if I can. But some games are just... honestly, some games are just unplayable for me.
Thank you.
And Witcher 1 is one of those games that's just kind of unplayable. Villages in the woodland. I'm the same as TJ actually. The newest God of War, played that as well, without having played any of the other God of War games. Right, there's Anjanath over there, so that's not the way to go, is it? Ah, shit. Oh my god, there's a pun whenever you run away. Get me out of here. Yeah, see, God of War is a series that I actually plan to go back and... Well, I say go back. I actually plan to play. But yeah, that first Witcher game, I can't do it. Oh, did I just mess up again? Yeah. Oh, actually, maybe this is where I need to be. This is the woodland. Oh yeah, I already played Kingdom Hearts. I don't think I plan on going through them again, although there were a couple of Kingdom Hearts games that I didn't finish or play. Like I didn't play either of the handheld ones, and I never finished Birth by Sleep. It's down for another Kingdom Hearts marathon. Yeah. Me too, honestly. Where's the Rock Canyon? See if there's a Kadachi in here. Yeah, see, knowing nothing about the God of War series either, like, oh, there's... Yeah, even knowing nothing about the series, I was like, okay, that was a cool moment, regardless of whether I knew anything about the series or not. Oh my god, Frostfang, can you not do that? Please? Can we just go for the tail? Okay, now it's a technician type, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't know, the new God of War has some pretty cool moments in it. Okay, you're about to charge electricity. Which means you're gonna become a power type now. And we just go back to Nagakuga. Does it involve you fighting a 20-foot tall statue trying to crush you like an ant? I'm pretty sure there's a world-ending snake involved at some point. I think the Legend of Heroes games are good examples of not needing to know everything to be able to appreciate the games. I don't quite know if I agree with that. Like, for me personally, I think the Legend of Heroes games benefit infinitely from having played the previous games in the series. Also, Kratos is too much of a pussy in the newest game. Kratos was fucking ruthless. Well, he had a reason to be. Like, weren't the old games all about revenge? The newer one was all about him just wanting to live a quiet life with his kid. Exactly. Character development. Way more appealing to you? That's fine. Oh yeah, I guess the kid was secondary.
Welcome.
Did I get any good Tobikadaji pieces? I need for anything. I don't think I did. Oh yeah, I needed it to upgrade my sword. 186. Which is better until I can upgrade the Ravager. Alright, might as well do that. I do not have 17k. God damn it. Oh, there we go. I have money again. Boom. Alright.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh yeah, I can hand that quest in now as well. After playing all of the Cold Steel series, you can't wait to play the older games more to see the cool characters you meet in the newer games develop. Playing the Cold Steel series? Can't wait to play the older. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's fair. One thing I love about the new game is the Nordic mythology. See, I don't know if I like the Norse mythology more than the Greek mythology side of things. I think that's why I like Assassin's Creed Odyssey a lot more than Valhalla. Well, I mean, the game is also going to be called Ragnarok, isn't it? So... yeah, that makes sense. Deity, hello. Did I prefer Odyssey or Origins? I preferred Odyssey. Odyssey is my favorite Assassin's Creed game. I liked the setting. I liked the story. I liked the gameplay. Plus the just the environment was a lot better, a lot nicer, a lot more bright and colourful and vibrant compared to the shitty, dreary, just absolute grey and brown infested England set Viking game. Saying Odyssey is your favorite AC game kind of tells me you never played 2. It's funny you should say that, actually, because I've played every single Assassin's Creed game except for Rogue and Unity. So... doesn't really tell you a lot, does it? Alright, I'm doing alright, Deity. I'm doing alright. I'm having a whale of a time. We are currently discussing people's terrible opinions about things. The most diplomatic way I could put that. Older Assassin's Creed games are kind of meh. Yeah, I see. That's the thing. I don't think I could ever go. Oh wait, no, sorry. It wasn't Rogue and Unity. There was another one as well. I only played like half of Syndicate. But yeah, like the old Assassin's Creed games, I don't think I could go back to them after playing like the newer version with like Origins and Odyssey. I just don't think I could go back to that older style of Assassin's Creed game. For you, the Ezio trilogy is the best AC has been. I mean, that's fair. I can understand that. I understand why people like Assassin's Creed 2 so much. I don't understand why people like Ezio so much, to be honest. Like, in 2 specifically, it was kind of dull. Like, he didn't actually get much in the way of personality until the games after 2, but people still swear down that Assassin's Creed 2 is the best Assassin's Creed game, and I just don't see it. You almost have to treat them as separate games. Yeah. Why break a formula if it was working? Well, if you're talking about like the older Assassin's Creed games, I don't think they were working. Because a lot of the complaints about the Assassin's Creed games after a while became the same thing that people complained about with Call of Duty games or FIFA games. Like, they just became too samey. Like Aros set up here. It was just copy and paste. And that's how the games felt after a while. Ezio literally started out as a haughty, upstart young man. Started out with a quest for revenge. He slowly learns and mellows and gets a bigger picture as his fight with the... eventually the Templars. Yeah, I mean... like, I understand that. Like, I can appreciate good character development and everything. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't played it since it came out, but like, he just never really struck that chord with me of being like an amazing character. Like, don't get me wrong, he's much better than Altair, but like, I don't know. Your family has never been murdered by Templars, and it really shows. True. You're right. You like the town building in AC3? What? You mean there's actually something good about AC3? What? No, I joke. I'm just memeing because I've never heard anybody say anything good about AC3, but I thought it was... one of the right, I will tell you, one of my favorite moments in the entire Assassin's Creed franchise. Right, I'm gonna spoil a bit of Assassin's Creed 3 here, and if you care about that kind of thing, shut the fuck up. I don't care. That game's like 20 years old at this point. If you cared about it, you'd have played it already. One of my favorite things in all of Assassin's Creed is the intro to Assassin's Creed 3. When you're playing as... what's his fucking name? Fuck, what is that guy's name? Hatham? That's the one. Yeah, when you're playing as that guy for like the first half an hour, 45 minutes or whatever, and then when you are going through his story or whatever, and you kind of come to the end of the prologue, and it's just like, and you think you've been doing all this cool stuff for the assassins, and you're just like, okay, this is awesome. He's gonna like pass down his knowledge to whoever the main character of whatever it is was. And then all of a sudden it's just like, welcome to the Templars. And I was just, my mind was blown by that at the time. Couldn't believe it. Didn't see it coming. It was crazy. It was insane. And it's probably, yeah, I would say that it's still my favorite like moment from just any Assassin's Creed game, is just that reveal that he was a Templar all along, and you've been playing as him for like 45 minutes, and everybody was nice to him and he was nice to everyone, and like he kind of, yeah, could not believe it. Yeah. Our hats have got skulls on them. Are we the baddies? Exactly. It's one of those moments. The defining moment of AC is when Ezio finds the Assassin's Brotherhood. Objectively, it is the best. Alright. I'm not gonna lie. I like you. Okay, but you have got some trash tier opinions. And the reason why your opinions are trash tier is because you spout out your opinions as fact. Alright? I'll see you later. I'm about to be heading off as well. But yeah. Look. I've just got to be real about it. Like, everybody is entitled to their opinions, right? But when you start talking about your opinions as if they were a fact, then that's when it just starts to get a bit too much for me. It is of your opinion that your opinion's a diamond. Wow. You're allowed to have that opinion. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of opinions that are portrayed as facts. Just don't do that. Such devastation. That was not your attention. No. No, that's alright. I'm not offended or anything. It takes a lot to offend me, to be fair. It's just a little irritating, I guess. Being irritated is different from being offended, right? Yeah, it's just a little bit irritating because I've known people throughout my life that did something similar. In fact, not even similar, like exactly that. So exactly. My jimmies have well and truly been rustled. But no. Like I said, I like you. I don't think you're a bad person. Just have bad opinions, that's all. I'm joking. Yeah, I don't... I say that I don't get mad often. I do get mad quite a lot. Usually off stream when I'm playing Valorant with Nem. But we'll save that for another time. Jokes are usually funny. Hey! Oh, I forgot to say, thank you for the offline follow as well, Netherdawn. I appreciate it. No, look, Nem, I'm not saying that I'm not throwing you under the bus. I was more talking about Valorant. I get angry at Valorant. You just happen to be there. Have you been listening to my comms, Atherum? How did you know? Damn. Alright, I've been fucking keylogged or hacked or something. Alright, I'm gonna have to sort all that out. Beta? Alright, you know what? You know what? I'm getting out of here before this gets out of hand and I start getting accused of I'm not baiting, alright? I'm tactically opping, alright? What, do you want me to go in first with the op? Yeah, that's a great... You know what? No. Alright, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Alright, I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. I'm not an insta-lock duelist. Shut up. In fact, I play duelist far less. Shut up, Nem. I'll ban you. Alright? Fuck. Alright, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. I'll be back normal time. Normal stream length. No, I've got no appointments or anything. I'll see you guys later. Netherdawn, thank you again for the follow. I will see you guys bright and early, 10 AM UK time. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a good one. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Aha, you missed. I was already finished. See you guys later.